It's Sunday night again, and we are going to enter the streets of Toronto by night, play some vampire, drink some blood, kill some people, maybe get killed. We'll see where it goes.
I wanted to play some Ramoli.
Some Ramole? You strike me as a pinochle person. As always, this stream is sponsored by CanadianDice.ca. You can go over to CanadianDice.ca and pick up some new math rocks, and you can check out Ryan and I have a 5th edition adventure up on the website called Cirque du Solus. Asparagus, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that immensely. When you're done checking out at CanadianDice.ca, use the code OMRD for Old Men Rolling Dice and get a 10% discount off your entire order. Let's roll a trailer and play some vampire.
Let's do it!
Just a quick shout out to everyone. Vampire is a horror role-playing game. There could be some nasty or things that trigger you happen during the course of the game. Things like power inequities, brainwashing, mind control, even to some extent, violence. We do have sort of off-screen violence against children, not direct violence against children, but all of these things sort of can make their self known. So listen, if at some point something is uncomfortable, simply turn the stream off, walk away. If you're watching us on YouTube, pause it and come back to it, or don't come back to it if it's horribly uncomfortable. Whatever works for you works for us. We have the 5 of us here, the 6 of us here. My 5 players is what I meant, but the 6 of us here have played together a long time. We like to think we know what everybody's do's and don'ts are. We don't necessarily know the viewer, so take that into consideration. So when we last left our vampires, last session was a little chaotic, to say the least. We had people all over the city, vampires all over the city, and the night ended with a conversation with one of the Camarilla vampires, Ms. Lawson, who warned Cisco he probably had encountered some of the Inquisition and should not go back to his house, should stay away. Off camera, we have decided to move on to the next night. And for whatever reason, Lacey has decided to help Cisco hunt, because Cisco is not nearly as physical. So that has taken place. So Cisco, if you have any hunger, you can wipe that hunger out, because that would have happened on the previous night. So now what I'd like all of my players to do is, we've just woken up. Cisco is staying at a hotel, not his home, but can we have everybody make a rouse check, please, as they wake up, and see who gets hungry and who stays the same. Wow, Cisco made a roll.
Oh my god!
So it looks like only Cornelius gets a little more peckish. As you wake this night in Toronto, as you wake this night in the 6, the news is ripe with an explosion that has occurred in a downtown apartment building that some of you, well, maybe all of you, are somewhat familiar with. Cisco is intimately familiar with, as it's Cisco's apartment building, and it seems to be Cisco's actual apartment
condo.
The explosion. Yeah, the condo. The report is that one person was killed during the explosion. A realtor by the name of Jeff. Did we ever give Jeff a last name?
No.
I think he did have a last name.
Well, Jeff was lost to the explosion, and that is the only reported death from the explosion. That being said, the news is also reporting a man who was found in the alley behind the building. His time of death seems to be much earlier than the explosion. And there's some fear that maybe there's coyotes or something, because the report talks about on the news that the body was perhaps had animal predation, signs of animal predation. Cisco, as you listen to the news, you can't help but think of the one night a few nights ago that you were unaccounted for a short time, where your beast got behind the wheel and said, "Hold my drink." So there's a lot on Cisco's mind this evening as we begin, and the group is on their way, currently in the old 88. Am I correct?
Am I allowed to feed before I leave the house?
Would you like to feed before you leave the house?
Oh yeah.
I'll let you do that because your family's right there.
Okay. Can I take 2 points?
Yes. That's not really my call to make. Are you taking 2 points?
Yeah, but I'll do it from the kid I didn't feed on the other day, and another one from the father.
Well, all the kids have been fed on because you fed on your 2 grandsons, the one before going out, and then you took from the 3rd grandson and put it in baggies for your friends.
Yeah, which nobody drank. Rude.
I did.
One person drank. One person
Oh, that's right.
drank.
It tastes a little off.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was a kid, but
it tasted like wine that hadn't been aged properly.
That's right. Okay, I'll drain 2 of the kids again. They're probably going to be feeling pretty sick.
Yeah, they're probably staying home from school the next day. Pop. Are you doing that?
Yep.
Okay.
Now that I've fed, have I healed any, or am I still messed up?
No, you're allowed to make rouse checks to heal right now before you get in the car. Would you like to do that very quickly?
Yes, please.
Okay, so give me a rouse check.
And of course, I failed.
No, you still heal. You heal 1 of the slashes.
I'm gonna do. Sorry.
You just get hungrier.
I'm gonna do the same to get rid of my superficial damage from.
Okay. So for every box of superficial, you can roll a rouse check on.
Failed, but
it still heals. You just get hungry. So Cisco's healed 1 slash, and so has Lacey. Do you want to heal more, Cisco?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because I'm a moron, so I'll do a rouse.
Yep, do another rouse check.
Oh, great. I've had another fail. 2 hunger.
But please make sure you heal those 2 boxes. Remove the 2 boxes of not the big heavy box. That one stays.
Oh, the big heavy box stays? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the other big heavy box stays, so then in 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Click it again. There we go. Perfect. And then the other one. Perfect.
Okay.
Would you like to continue to heal more? You're still in really rough shape, my man.
Yeah, I'm going to take 1 more heal. Come on,
Okay.
Don't fail this one. Don't fail this. Finally, I succeeded.
Okay, so do you want to try to heal again?
What happens if I heal? Do I take 1 off, or?
Well, you should take, yep. So you can try to heal the last bit of superficial damage that you've taken.
Yeah, I'll try 1 more time. What the hell?
Yep.
And I succeeded.
Okay. Now, those big boxes,
yep,
you can heal them, but you need to make 3 rouse checks for each one.
No, I'm good now.
Okay. So you've still got some bullet holes in you, Cisco.
Yeah, I'll just take my knife out, pry the damn bullets out, call it, put some gauze on it.
Oh, they're out. They've come out long ago.
Okay.
But the holes are still there.
Yeah. I'm assuming there must be like a Walmart or a Byway or something, or Honest John's, where the shitty hotel I'm in. Next to the shitty hotel I'm in, so I can go get a couple of shirts and some gitch and stuff like that.
Yeah. So
All right,
let's
do
talk
that at
about
night.
that. So we're driving in the car. We're headed up the 404 into North York, the Don Valley Parkway. How are we all looking and feeling? We're going to the Rawlings funeral home. Let's go around the table. Is Lacey good now that she's healed a little bit?
Yeah, Lacey's fine. She's just sort of shaking her head at Cisco, like, I thought I taught you better.
Yeah, you're right. I'm Cisco's just checking his gun, making sure he's fully loaded, checking his knife, stuck it in the small of his pack and in his pocket.
And you certainly don't have to say this out loud to Cisco, but just you've heard the news of the explosion. You know that the Camarilla's Herald, she warned Cisco not to go back to his house, and that seems to have come true. Any thoughts on that?
I think at one point she just kind of like loop an arm over the back of the seat. Did you blow it up?
No, I did not.
Pussy.
Allie?
Yeah, I got that coming.
Allie, you're kind of daydreaming about maybe the races the other night.
Oh yeah, she's thinking about cars.
We talked about your willpower. Your willpower got restored from like hanging out with your touchstone and everything. So you're feeling pretty good. Any thoughts about going to this funeral home as the car's driving up that way?
Just a little on edge. She doesn't like the situation. Doesn't like that they're going into this without knowing exactly what they're getting into.
Is Allie hungry?
I have 1 hunger.
Okay, and not wounded, correct?
I have a slash.
Okay. Did you want to try to heal that? I mean, you can heal it. It just determines whether you get more hungry or not.
Yeah, I guess I'll try. Just so we're...
Okay. So make a rouse check.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
You're good, and that wound heals. Clementine, you had actually a pretty busy. Like you've met the Primogen, your stalker. You shut down your stalker. You know that the van's been in and around your house a little bit. I'm gonna say that the Primogen's guys have come and taken the painting away and left you, so you have a little extra money in your pocket tonight. If you should need that. What's Clementine thinking as she's on her way to the mortuary, the funeral home?
I have 1 slash through willpower. How do I get rid of that?
So we get willpower back by following on our character sheet by following our ambition. So in order to heal your willpower, you have to do something that sort of pushes you in the direction of your painting goals.
Would selling one of her paintings count?
Yeah, I think that would count. So let's give you that willpower back. I have to know, how is Clementine dressed this evening? Because she's the classiest, I think. Well, maybe other than Cisco. Cisco is a different type of classy.
But here, what I'm wearing, buddy.
I want to wear obviously all black, but I want to like go, if we're going to the funeral home, like extra, and I'm gonna have like a veil over my face.
Okay, cool. Cisco, you're still pretty friggin' sore, man. You've got some damage that just is still there. A lot of the damage is like, you guys have seen that Cisco's wounds have kind of disappeared. He's doing better tonight in that regard. But how's Cisco feeling?
Cisco feels like, besides physically hurt, he's like emotionally destroyed because he now realizes that he can never go back to his old life, which he'd been hoping to. That's what he's been clinging to. That was his whole thing. His whole purpose was to get back to being human again.
Mm-hmm.
Now he realizes not only is he clearly a creature. He's now being hunted by humans, people he would never have killed, but now he's going to have to do all that stuff. So he's completely conflicted and totally messed up.
So
But
how is
coming to
that
terms
coming?
with it very quickly.
How is that coming across in the
He's
car?
being
Is
really
he
quiet.
or?
Just sitting in the back, being quiet. He's not melting back. Like normally, he'd like, he'd say shit to people, but he's just shutting up and keeping his mouth quiet. He just doesn't know what to do.
Cornelius, my man, driving.
Cornelius is ready for a night on the town. He's got on this like kind of yellowy cream leisure suit with a like polka dotted kind of almost cheetah print like shirt, and the collar's popped over top of the collar of the leisure suit.
Yes.
And he's ready to party. And he's got his handgun with him tonight.
He's packing.
Packing heat.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, the car rolls up the 404 into North York, and it's not long. It's a little bit of a drive, but the night is still young. It's maybe only 10 o'clock as you pull up in front of the Rawlings Funeral Home, which is a very large building surrounded by a parking lot. There's a detached garage across the back of the property where the vehicles would be parked. The house looks like something a little bit out of the Addams Family. Like it's one of these old Victorian houses, pillars and porch, and very very old school funeral home looking. The sign out by the street is, white with black calligraphy like writing on it, and there's a floodlight, shining up onto the sign. The shrubberies and the trees on the property all look well groomed, but it doesn't take long before you start to realize everything is kind of a little bit wilted. Like just on the edges of things, you notice that the plants are groomed well, but they're not necessarily doing well. And as your car pulls into the parking lot, there's a few other cars there, and you can see that there's a man coming out the front door. He's in a all black suit, and he looks to be locking up.
Did I notice on the drive over? I would have probably been trying to be aware of any looking for black vans or stalker cars or anything like that along the way.
Give me an awareness wits for that. There we go. So listen, there was a lot of traffic on the way here, but nothing caught your eye.
Okay.
But if Cornelius is being honest with himself, this came as a bit of an afterthought. Now you're here, and you don't see anything.
Okay, good enough for me. They would have made my car, right? They would have seen him getting in my car at the train station, or no?
You're not sure if they did or not.
Okay.
Cisco did use his obfuscate to leave the train station. So there's no... And his obfuscate only failed him when he got close to the one Inquisitor.
Okay. Everything's
So
fine.
So you're not sure that they did make your car. So as you pull into the lot and that this man finishes locking the door, he notices your car and he comes down and he says, I was just headed for home. Is this an emergency? Has someone passed away? Do you need our assistance?
Well, not yet, but I was looking into some options.
You'd like to prearrange, sir?
Well, that might not be a bad idea.
I can certainly take your number and have, our prearrangement director contact you once they're back in the office.
Well, when would that be? I don't know how much time I got.
As you say that, you can tell he gives you a second look over, and without your blush of life on, you do look a little pale. So
It's worse than I thought.
he says, "Well, I could certainly have him give you a call back first thing in the morning. If you're not feeling well, though, maybe you shouldn't be driving."
Sorry, my grandfather is quite senile. And he's fading. We let him drive basically the block to make him feel like he's accomplished something.
I've been driving all night.
See what I mean?
Oh, well, if you're not in need of my services, feel free to let your grandfather use the parking lot here if he needs to turn around or anything like that.
We'll do that, but he's got it in his head right now that he needs to get this done. And because of the senility, it needs to happen basically when he thinks of it, or it's not going to happen.
I hold out my black card and go, would this change your mind? We want only the best for Grandpa.
So as different voices and very different looking people call out from the car, he does sort of look you over a little. He looks he pulls his phone out and checks his time, and puts it back in his pocket.
Please, it's for Grandpa.
Of course.
I danced the Charleston with Charlie Chaplin.
Park, and I will meet you inside.
Oh, thank you so very much. I even go shake his hand. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate
out the window of the car.
Yeah, I get out of the car. I'm out of the car by now.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So the man moves back up to the door and motions for you to follow. Do you park, I assume?
All right, Grandpa. Be careful of this other car here.
I'm going to purposely run over the curb a little bit.
Okay.
Break!
He winces.
Break!
The man, Cisco, you're with the man by the
Yeah,
by the door.
Like
He winces a little bit.
I wince a little too. I go, I know. I kind of look at him like, I know. It's Grandpa. What can you do?
I know. There's no telling them sometimes.
I know. I'm really sorry about this.
No need to apologize.
Whatever he wants, price is no option. Just we really gotta make it happen.
So you're brought into the funeral home. It's like entering a big old house. There's a long hallway, and to your right, where maybe once was the living room of the old home, it's now obviously a visitation room. There's a open casket, a little frail woman lying within the casket, and flowers all around her. He turns some lights back on and walks straight down the hall. There is a set of stairs going up to the second floor. He walks right past them. There's a second visitation room behind what the little old lady was. That's empty as well. And then as you reach sort of the back of the building, he brings you into an office. There's a large table and many chairs, and he turns the lights on in that room. And there's urns all over the wall, and he goes and sits at the head of the table, opens up a filing cabinet beside the table and starts getting out the necessary paperwork. He looks back to you and he's like, are you looking for something traditional, visitation service, or maybe cremation?
Oh, burial for sure, and we just want it's Grandpa. I want the best for Grandpa.
Do you have one of those services where the women come to the grave and cry?
Professional mourners?
Yeah.
At the time of need, we can certainly contact professional mourners for it.
Oh boy, I think I just made a mess of myself.
Okay, Grandpa. Sorry, where's your bathroom?
He motions sort of out into the right.
Thank you.
So
Sorry again. And I take Cornelius out.
While they're all doing that, so why don't you guys all take care of Grandpa, and I'll just stay here with this gentleman and get everything sorted out.
Oh,
Sometimes we have to Sometimes we have
as-
to put him down, like wrangle him to
Yeah,
change him.
it might take all three of you. While I stay with this gentleman, I'll just take care of everything. I'll get the very best of Grandpa.
As the group leaves with Grandpa, he looks. He says, "How fortunate to be his age and have 3 granddaughters to look after him."
Yeah, 3 granddaughters and a grandson. Yeah, the old guy paid for me to go to school, so I want to make sure that we take good care of him.
It's running
So
down
I'm
the
just
leg.
while they're gone, I'm just gonna keep this guy busy. Well, I'm gonna look at all the very best stuff, order the very best, whatever, just so he doesn't want to leave, to make sure that he knows he's making his payday.
Okay. And what are the rest of us doing?
All right, split up and look for Veronica.
As soon as we get out of the room, I'm like, let's fucking snoop.
So the rest of you, it turns into some Scooby-Doo shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I
like,
stall the one guy as long as humanly possible, buying all his
Okay,
stuff.
are we sticking to this floor?
We'll
How
start
creepy
on
is it?
this floor.
How creaky are the floorboards?
Are we splitting up like 4 directions, everybody, or
Maybe 2 and 2.
okay?
Yeah.
I'll go with Cornelius just to kind of maintain that
Okay.
Mother Henny
All right.
persona I've kind of taken on for this.
And the other 2. So listen, let's do this. So Cornelius and Lacey, you open a door into what looks to be like an actual office, like maybe an administrator would work here. There's a photocopier and things like that. And then there's a door out the back of the office that you can see in. There's caskets and everything. And this casket room can also have, you feel like it can connect to the room that Cisco and the director are in right now. As for our other 2, Allie and Clementine, you guys find a door that's a little heavier. It says staff only. And when you open it, there is a ramp leading down into the garage that's attached to the back of the building. And you can see there's a black van with tinted windows here.
Does it look familiar?
No, not like
Okay.
that.
Not that kind of van.
This is like a minivan that the funeral
Okay.
home would use to go to the hospital or to your home to pick up your loved one. Not like the other van you see is like a big old school like A-team van, for lack of a better.
A-team? Awesome. We gotta get it. Dun dun dun.
Are people going into those rooms, or
Those are the
that
only
looks
doors
to be it
that
for
we
this
found.
floor? There's like the 2 visitation rooms. There's the arrangement office. There's the administrator's office, and then the casket display room, and then of course we have the garage.
Can we check out the lady that was in the casket? Who said there was a lady in a casket?
Yes, right when you walked in.
I want to check her out and see if I can find any marks on her.
Okay. Affy, are you going along? Is Lacey going along for that?
Yeah, I will keep kind of watch on the hallway just to make sure that he doesn't get caught while feeling up the dead lady.
Allie and Clementine, are you going into the garage, or do you just leave that?
Oh yeah, we're going in.
Oh.
Okay. So let's start with the garage first. So there's a whole bunch of storage racks where caskets are up on that, still wrapped in cellophane and foam blocks on the corners to protect them for shipping and things like that. And they're stacked like from floor to ceiling. There's like they're 3 tall and a good many wide. You can see that a whole bunch of flowers have been left just inside the back door of this garage. And this garage only fits the van and the storage of these caskets. But once you get down into the garage, you can see that there's another ramp leading down into what can only be assumed as the basement.
We should tell the others.
I guess so, but what happens if we find something cool down there?
What if we find something that tries to attack us down there?
I feel like we would hear something already if there was something rustling down there.
What if it's like us?
You don't even have Cisco to defend you.
So Clementine, as you're sort of anxious to go down, maybe you're standing at the top of that ramp, you actually you start to hear the faint sound of, it sounds like music, but no music, it's not modern music. It's like old sort of 40s, 50s jazz.
Oh, that sold me.
Well-
Okay, we gotta go get
well-
Cornelius. He's gonna love this. Maybe we can have another dance off.
Floating up from the basement. Very soft and very, very smooth.
Okay, we'll go get the others.
Okay, Cornelius, you reach the front and you look in at this old lady. As you guys pass near the office door on your way there, you can hear Cisco like talking about like only the best for Grandpa, and the director taking down some notes about like a couple days of visitation and things like that.
Mhm.
You reach the front and the room smells of like flowers, but it also smells of like a dead body. That smell is undeniable. It's sort of a mix of overdone makeup and maybe a little bit of chemical. And this little old lady is lying ever so peacefully, her eyes closed, her glasses are on. And Cornelius, you move up and sort of take a look in. You don't see anything that resembles bite marks, but there's something peaceful about her.
Can I make like some kind of awareness roll to see if does something feel off?
No, I don't really think you need to make an awareness roll. It's just like I would bet that Cornelius during his living years went to a lot of funerals. I mean, he's an older guy, so people would have began to pass away that he knew. So being at the funeral home is not necessarily a new thing for you. But
Right.
whoever has embalmed this woman, whoever has worked the ancient art that the Egyptians came up with. My dad's a funeral director, so I love taking the piss out of him on things like this. So as you look at this woman who's had the ancient art practiced on her, whoever did this did a very good job. Like, for all intents and purposes, this woman just looks like she's sleeping. Like she just passed away peacefully and she's sleeping here.
So it's kind of unsettling.
It's the best embalming job you've ever seen of your, like, if you've had friends and, you know, like there's all kinds of horror stories of like, you know, grandma's at the front, but her mouth is half open and, or her one eye is looking at the ceiling. Like nothing like that. This woman is perfect. And the makeup, although it's done a little heavy, the makeup is impeccable too. Like the woman looks almost like she just passed a moment ago and she's peacefully sleeping here.
Okay, I'm gonna root around the coffin and see if I find it.
Okay. Okay. So
She gonna change on it?
what are you looking for exactly?
Just anything out of place.
Okay. You start rummaging around in the casket and, you know, nothing like that. What's Lacey doing while he's doing this?
Just kind of glancing between the hallway and Cornelius and
Okay. As you glance back towards the
Man.
hallway, you can see like the family. There's like an art easel there and a big framed picture board that the family's got all kinds of pictures of this woman's life up.
anything of note. Like beyond I was born, I had children, I died.
Well, on a sentimental level, I guess, if you're looking at it for things like that, there's a picture of this woman when she was maybe in her teens, and she has a sister with her. And they look very happy. They look like they're at the beach, maybe.
Are we to presume that like her service was today, and that's why they just haven't put her away yet?
Her visitation was
Oh,
probably today. Yeah, her service will probably be in the morning.
Stop
So you
trying to
see
fondle the old broad and let's get a move on.
All right.
As you guys leave the room, Lacey, you look at that picture one last time, and like, there's these two sisters. They're on the beach. The sun is out. They look very happy. And then you're in the hallway. You can again hear Cisco's voice, and Allie and Clementine come around the corner from wherever they were.
Passing by
okay
the
with it?
office, I just mutter, I hope his credit card's frozen.
What'd you guys find? We gotta hurry up. I don't know how long this shit in my pants story is gonna last.
We found a basement and strange music.
That sounds better than an old dead broad we found.
What kind of strange music?
Like from the 40s and 50s.
Oh.
Okay.
Just seemed a little out of place is all.
Wouldn't that be the basement would be where they do like the embalm?
More than likely.
Probably somebody working down there.
But if they're listening to that kind of music,
You're right. Let's go.
I don't think we need guns.
Oh, okay.
We're not here to attack this Veronica lady. We're here to get
we're just here to
information
get
from her.
answers.
So maybe one of us can pull the old, hey, whatever your name is, how about you get Veronica for us? The little mind shit some of you can do.
I can make people forget stuff. Maybe I could tell somebody what to do as well. That works sometimes. Let's go see if there's anybody down there anyways. We'll start there.
All right. We head downstairs.
So you go back into the garage, down the ramp into the garage, and then to the next ramp that sort of goes back against the ramp that you just came down. And you can see that, like, funeral bearers, also known as like trucks or funeral trucks that the caskets sit on, they have been up and down this ramp many times, and there are two lines running down to a big door that is like barn-like. It rolls on wheels, and that's where that faint music is coming from. So you get to the bottom, and you're, at this big metal door. The smell of refrigerant is in the air down here. It's very cold. It's not like air conditioning. It's like air conditioning cranked way up.
Is there like a is it like a keypad for the door, or is it like just like a standard lock, or seem?
No,
Like,
it looks like it'll just slide if you pull on it.
sure. Leave her open.
Hang on.
Maybe only
hang
just
on.
a little bit.
I just knock.
There's no answer. The music is a little stronger here, but still. You don't
I
think it's
kick
right
the
on
door a
other
couple
side of the door.
times like I'm knocking.
Like really aggressive, like a
Not-
hard kick.
Not enough to like dent it or anything, but enough to be heard over the music.
Okay. So you give it a good kick. In a few moments, it's not immediate, but the music turns down, and a voice, feminine, Ronald, is that you? Did you need something?
Ronald's otherwise indisposed. Is this Veronica?
Oh, I'm sorry. This area is for staff only. One moment, I'll be right there with you.
Thank you.
So
Put the gun away, you idiot.
a moment later, the sliding door slides open, but not very much. And you get a blast of cool air. And she slides herself through and then slides it behind so that she's standing on the ramp with you.
Hiya.
A very striking woman with white hair framed, her skin's very pale. You immediately believe her to be like you. She has a pair of glasses on, but you're not sure that they actually do anything.
Oh no, she's hot.
She has a black pantsuit, and
Jasmine, did you just say hello?
she says, this area is for staff. I'm sorry, you must have taken a wrong turn. Were you not greeted at the front door?
Oh, yeah, we were. Ronald did a great job. We just needed to talk to you.
Oh. Well, let me go upstairs with you then.
Oh, no, you don't have to go that far. It's, not so much about your work as it is your work.
She tilts her head slightly. Okay. So who are the four of you?
I'm Lace.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking for Jamila. We were told she came here.
She digests what you just said, and she says, Jamila Singh.
Yeah.
Then you're with our friends in the city.
More private contractors, but essentially.
I haven't seen Jamila in a little while.
About a week ago?
That sounds about right.
She needed information on a ritual.
Who told you that?
I know people.
Clearly. So what exactly are you here for?
We want to know what you told her. And if she said anything about where she was headed.
And if I don't?
I don't want to make problems. I just kind of like let that unsaid threat hang in the air.
And she looks at the four of you. And there's someone upstairs as well?
At least.
Do we need them to join us?
Nah, he's kind of useless.
Can my staff at least go
You're
home
so
so
lovely.
I don't have to pay them overtime?
Yeah, get him down here.
Cisco will pay you for his overtime.
Cisco? Am I supposed to know that name?
He's the money man in our group. Don't worry about it.
He's the muscle too.
You can call him Crisco too, because he's kind of greasy.
You're a coterie then?
Something like that.
You hurt me, Effie. You make me cry.
And your domain? Your domain? Am I in it?
No, we're just asking for assistance.
Demanding, I think.
Asking with intention.
Could we do this somewhere a little more comfortable than the bottom of the ramp?
Sure.
I don't know. I like the cold.
So she, at that point, pushes the sliding door open, and you're looking into a room with a industrial level refrigerator unit mounted near the ceiling. There are 3 tables. One of them is empty. 2 of them have bodies lying on them. All you can see is their toes. The rest are covered in a sheet. And there is a door on the far side of the room that is open, where there is very obnoxiously bright light coming from. She says, after you.
I go in. Just kind of keeping a glance over my shoulder on her.
I follow Lacey.
Okay. So she takes you walk through that you open the door where there's a very bright light. And there is a very old school porcelain table with a groove that runs down all sides of it to the bottom, and it is slightly tilted, and there is a naked man lying on it. He has been through an autopsy, and his chest is open, wide open, and there is an embalming machine on the counter at the head of the table, and there is a large bag between his knees where the coroner would have removed all his organs and placed them within. Out of place in this room is what appears to be a taxidermied raccoon sitting beside the embalming machine. It is, however, missing its eyes. There are just black holes. And you feel like it watches you as you come in.
It's a comfy place you got here. Homie.
Yes. This is Mr. Ralph.
Hey, Ralph.
Passed away from heart attack in the end. Congestive heart failure.
Oh, you mean the dude, not the raccoon.
Oh. No, the raccoon. No. The man. And as she says the man, she runs her fingertips from his knee to his toes, ever so delicately, and obvious fascination in her eyes. The raccoon is Walter.
Oh, okay.
She motions you to another door. We'll find more comfortable places to sit in here.
All
Do
right.
you want to tell your friend to go home and send our friend down to meet us? You don't need to be here.
I'll certainly do that. After you, sir.
Mm-hmm. Sure, Adam.
As you walk by Cornelius, she like reaches out and just ever so gently touches your ear. She's like, your skin is wonderful.
I'm a fan of your work upstairs. Nice job.
Oh, thank you. I've been doing this a very long time.
I can tell a little heavy-handed on the makeup, though.
Well, we can't all be born beautiful. Some of us need a little work. Not your skin, though, sir.
Thank you, hot lady who touched my ear.
A short hallway. She's about to close the door to the embalming room, and then she goes, well, come on then. And the raccoon walks its way out.
Son of a bitch.
And she closes the door behind, careful not to get his tail caught.
I love him.
Well, you can't have him.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that I want to take him home or anything. I appreciate it. He's my vibe.
She walks you in, and there's a small lounge area where family might, after you go through the embalming room door closes behind you, there's a short hallway. There's some storage, and then into another room that door opens onto like a lounge where the family might have coffee. She motions for you to sit, and she goes over to a phone and dials. Cisco, you're upstairs in the midst of incredibly
Yep.
boring funeral
Going
planning.
through books. Just
Wondering
doing.
maybe how long your friends are going to be.
I am stalling for all they're worth. I'm asking about what makes this coffin, about the bed,
So
everything.
The phone in the office rings, but not like a incoming call. Like you can tell it's like a intercom system inside the building. He picks it up, and he's like, oh, yes, of course. I'll make sure the gentleman makes his way down for you. I'm okay to go then? All right then. And he hangs up, and downstairs you guys get the other end of that conversation where she tells him that the gentleman upstairs is no longer going to be needing service, and could you just send him down? He has business with her, and you can tell that he asks if everything's okay, and she says yes, yeah, and go home. It's not. And Cisco, he shows you to a set of stairs. The stairs that go up to the second floor. There's a second set of stairs that go down, and he motions for you. There's a small sign that says lounge, and it's not long before you find yourself downstairs with your friends and Veronica Rawlings.
I thank him for his time.
She moves over to a large winged back chair, and when she sits in it, she seems a little smaller in it, and the raccoon comes over and sort of crawls up onto the arm of the chair beside her.
I want one.
And
I'm just putting that out there.
Other than the door to the embalming room, there is another door off of this room that you're not sure where that goes. It says staff only as well. Veronica asks everyone to take a seat. And then she says, so Jamila Singh.
Yep.
She's missing, or?
Yep. That seemed pretty on point for you to ask.
I warned her not to do this.
Do what?
What?
I'm not sure how familiar you are with what we are.
You and Jamila, or?
No, what you are, what I am. I'm not sure of how experienced you are in this world, but Jamila was a bit of a sorceress, I suppose you could call her. A warlock. A witch. She could work magic with blood. I have a little bit of an expertise in that as well. Jamila had found a place that she believed was haunted, perhaps.
Did you say where?
My understanding is that it was some sort of a
Subway tunnel?
No, a station. And
yeah.
We, with a bit of... She had been to see this place and had some suspicions on what it might be. But the protections there prevented her from... It stirred the beast in her. Not in the way when you feed, though. Sort of the flight response. And with that, she sort of runs her fingernails through the raccoon's fur as it sits on the chair beside her. You do know that this city didn't always belong to gentle creatures like ourselves. And she smiles.
Are you referring to the Sabbat or something else?
Black Hand, Canaanites, Sabbat. The Sabbat have a very powerful ritual they occasionally conduct. And speaking with Jamila, we may have figured out what it was.
Would that have something to do with the shovel kits?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't think so, at least. Whatever the case was, she was trying to find a way to overcome it so that she could enter this place. Do you intend to go after her?
That's the plan. Did she say what was beyond it or what this ritual was about?
Well, before we go any further, maybe we could figure out some form of payment.
What kind of payment are you looking for?
I require a body.
Any
More
particular
specific?
make and model?
Actually, it's funny you should ask.
Funny you should ask.
I would very much like a man, maybe 30s. 20s would be delightful. And I need him to have passed while experiencing extreme joy.
You want him to have a boner? I've seen Clerks. I know what you're talking about.
I would like his vitae to be filled with happiness, joy, just as it was snuffed out. He's not to be fed upon and then brought to me. And of course, we need to make sure that there are no breadcrumbs. I'll tell you what you need and you can run along on your errand. As I don't want this rushed, he has to be perfect, you see.
All right.
We have a deal then.
We
What
do.
I know for...
You're a dead gigolo. Got it.
She like smiles. There's even a little bit of a tiny giggle in the back of her mouth. And then she says, your friend Jamila found something that the Sabbat once called a harrow haunt. It's a rather grisly ceremony where they string up 5 mortals, usually tied by the wrist. But just like I want you to bring me someone in the height of joy, these poor individuals are tormented, tortured, shown horrible atrocities for almost close to a week before they're finally offed. The experience is so harrowing on their souls and spirits that they can't move on, you see. They're trapped at the location of the torture, where their blood was spilt, where their body was injured, where their flesh was torn, where their meat was eaten. They're stuck there, you see, these 5 souls. Mortals can't go near the place. It's too much for them. You and I, we might be able to push past this kind of fear. But they're very real. The Sabbat use it to guard locations that they don't want mortals stumbling upon, to hide away their secrets. Whatever lies beyond the Harrow Haunt, the Sabbat want to protect.
And was Jamila looking to cleanse this area to push past it, or?
I think that was her intention. I think her intention was to discover what the Sabbat have hidden away behind the haunt. It's not easy to do this ritual. It's loud. They scream. They panic. It takes time.
And how to cleanse it?
Oh, you can't cleanse it, my dear.
But Jamila wanted to.
Well, she wanted to find a way past it. She had to identify what it was first, and it took us some time to figure it out. I knew of it, but I hadn't heard of a Harrow Haunt in these parts for a very long time.
Do I have any recollection of Boris being involved in something like this?
No, your time with Boris was very short. She says we don't... Jamil and I discussed perhaps, is this an indication of Sabbat still being active here in the city? But to be honest, the Sabbat that created this might have been cleansed when the Inquisition ran roughshod over Toronto. This is a leftover, maybe. We also discussed the fact that there could be nothing there. This could have been something that was put in place and then never reached its fruition. Whatever the case, it makes sense that the construction on the subway ground to a halt. It'd be difficult to get people to work in such a place.
You know how to push past it?
You can forge a spirit ward. You can be brave. But our little Jamila wasn't brave enough.
The spirit ward.
You need to find yourself a clan Tremere vampire that can forge you a spirit ward. I could do it, but I think I've helped you enough. And we already have a beautiful deal in place. Will there be anything else, or can I return to my work? I have a gentleman waiting for me in the next room.
Do I just have to call you and you'll come pick up your delivery, or...
Oh, no. You'll deliver it for me, won't you?
Do I look like a pizza shop? You want delivery, you give us a spirit ward.
Well, how can I say no to that?
Consider it a tip.
Why don't you go upstairs and I'll go and get you your ward?
Thank you.
My pleasure. With that, she'll wait for each of you to go up out and sort of wait in the hall. She comes up a moment later. She has a bone. You think it's maybe a finger bone.
Oh, good.
It has a strand of silver thread wrapped around it. She's like, I will need this back, of course.
Of course.
If you do find Jamila, and she's not in poor shape, please tell her to come see me.
She's still kicking around. We'll let her know.
Also,
Protect one.
what's that?
Does it only protect one? Will that protect all of us?
It will only protect one. And do be careful if there are other spirits bound there. They sometimes have a knack for following people home.
As she says that, can I use Sense the Unseen?
Sure. Let's do that.
Do we actually want to go find a body, or want me to just dominate this bitch?
No, it's fine, Cornelius.
I can just make her think that the deal was I have to give her a high five, and then she'll tell us whatever she wants.
But that
Okay,
only works on
so
mortals.
so there's
No,
no
no,
cost.
no.
You don't have to make a rouse check, Clementine. Either a wits or resolve roll, plus your auspex. So, however many points you have in auspex.
You said wits or resolve and auspex?
Actually, no. It says if the vampire actively searches for hidden supernatural entities, resolve plus auspex. So you're rolling resolve, however many dice in your resolve pool plus your auspex pool. It might not let you pick your auspex pool, and you'll have to do resolve on its own with a bonus dice, however many auspex you have. Nice. Okay. So as Clementine calls on her powers of perception and senses the unseen, you see 3 young men, shadowy wisps, incorporeal, there but not there, standing with Veronica.
So, like, maybe she's done this before.
Maybe. You're then struck by a premonition, and you see Jamila Singh walk this same hallway. And as she leaves the front door, Veronica wishes her goodbye, and one of the 3 men follow her.
Okay, as we walk out and leave this place, like, I'm gonna look behind to make sure none of them are following us.
So Veronica shows you out, and she stands on the front porch, and the 3 men are there, and you see her look at them, and she shakes her head.
Is anybody gonna be real sad if I try and dominate?
If it goes wrong, she will skin you.
I like my chances. I'm gonna.
She's
Okay.
speaking in game or out.
I'm gonna hold out my hand to her.
Okay.
Oh, it was such a pleasure to view your work. And I'm gonna look her straight in the eye if she takes my hand.
Certainly.
Okay. I am going
to... when you extend your flesh to her, she looks anxious to touch it.
Oh, it's clammy. Let me tell you. I am going to attempt to, if I have her attention.
Oh, you have her undivided attention, my friend.
Okay, I am going to attempt to mesmerize her using. So it's mesmerize, but then I'm using the level 3 ability that stacks onto mesmerize. So I'm trying to forgetful mind her with mesmerize.
Okay. So you
Haven't
want
tried
her
this on a vampire yet.
You're trying to get her to forget that you guys were here.
No, I'm trying to get her to I want to rewrite her memory she asked for. I want her to not think that she wants a body. I want her to think that she wants a high five.
She wants a high five. Okay.
Yeah,
In
good luck
exchange-
with that.
mean,
I think you got as much chance as Cisco winning a fight.
So you are using the level 3, the Forgetful Mind, correct?
Correct.
So let's go through this step by step. The first thing you're going to do is roll a rouse check.
I fail.
Okay, so that doesn't mean the ability fails. It just means you get a point of hunger. So you're now going to roll a manipulation plus your dominate stat.
Okay. Can I make another rouse check to use what's called my power of my blood or whatever it is?
Yes, you can make another rouse check to engage power of the blood.
Success.
Okay, so you're gonna add 2 dice to this pool then.
Okay. So
She's going to oppose that with intelligence and resolve, and she has an ability that is always up. She has fortitude, and she has unswayable mind. So the user adds their dots in fortitude as extra dice to this roll.
Oh, it's gonna be an old-fashioned roll-off here. I like it. All right, so manipulation plus
Manipulation plus your
plus
dominate ability.
So manipulation is my
Just want
highest.
to make it very clear that whatever happens, it's not my fault this time.
That's right.
I'm looking at you, Affy. I'm looking right at you.
I can't find manipulation. Hold on a second. Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah. Manipulation, secondary attribute, none. Pool die modifier 2 for using the blood power and 3 for my dominate.
That's correct.
So I have a pool of 7 dice. 4 successes.
Okay.
I'm just trying to save us from going to find a body.
Lacey was literally just going to take care of it.
Oh, well. I thought this would be more fun.
How many successes, Ryan?
4.
Well done, man. You beat me by 1 dice.
That's right.
So that means you can rewrite. I believe the rule says it's like 1.
Yeah. So,
if you would like, because Cornelius really wants this to happen. If you would like, you can also spend a willpower point to re-roll up to 3 dice, but they cannot be hunger dice.
no.
So you have
I
2
know.
other dice there that you could technically.
Do I
turn
know
to-
that I've succeeded? Like, can I feel like
You've
that?
well, we now know that you've succeeded, but we're all learning the system. So willpower can be spent to adjust rolls.
I don't think I'm gonna monkey with it. I think I'm good.
You're good with it as is? Okay.
Yeah, like one thing. I only really wanted to change one thing.
Each point allows you to add or remove an additional memory. The victim recalls the edits vaguely. They're foggy. A critical win creates a flawless imprint. So you didn't critical win this. So what is the one you won by 1, so you can have her forget, or you could add a memory.
Okay, this is not as successful as I had hoped, because I'd have to make her forget the one thing and add the different thing. I can't do that. So I'm just gonna say
You could spend a willpower and re-roll those 2 failed dice.
no, because Affy wants to get the body. So I'll just say that she just wants any body. Does not have to be the specifics that she gave us.
So you make her forget you make her forget that she requested a specific.
Yes,
Just a body.
just a body.
But I will say that the other stipulations in the body are still, it must be male and it must be recent.
Right, it doesn't have to be joyful.
But the joyful part is removed.
Yeah, how's that?
Cool.
Okay.
You do that, and you then walk away knowing that you have done
Okay.
that. Okay. And I think that is a great place for us to take our break. You leave the Rawlings Funeral Home and you get in the car. What are we talking about? What's the plan?
Does Cornelius tell us what he did?
Oh yeah, I changed the stipulations of the deal. Any old corpse will do. Ignore the joy part. I thought that might make things a little more difficult. We can find somebody who's unhappy.
Oh. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Try my best. She's got, it's like an iron vault up there, that one. It was tough.
She
I
could have
chiseled
killed
my way
you.
in a little bit.
Like, why did you risk that?
I don't know. What else do I got to do?
Not risk that?
Well, it's done. Any male in their 20s or 30s will do. Should be easier to find.
Okay.
Does
want me to
Clementine
drive?
mention what she saw or no? Does Clementine think about what she saw?
I definitely think about it, and I try to make sure that there's like nobody following us.
Okay.
You want me to drive around a club or something and go find somebody? Throw them in the trunk. There's lots of room.
I'd rather we kind of finish this Jamila thing with the finger bone before we head back to her.
Oh, so I must have missed something. I thought the finger bone thing was a ward.
It
The
is,
finger
but we
bone
have to
is the
return
word,
it. We don't get to keep it.
When you bring
Okay.
the body back, though, that would be fine. I'm sure.
Yeah, so rather than finding a body, dropping it off, we'll do our thing, find a body, return it and the finger bone.
So where are we off to next?
I
al-
know where
it's
there's a
almost-
body.
It's almost sort of 11:30 midnight.
Sounds like Stand By Me.
There's no rush on the body. She said that.
Do we want to go check out this construction company while we're out and about before it gets too late?
Sure, we can do that.
Is that
Do that?
is that overly far from where we are?
Well, you're going to go down the 404, jump on the 401, and head to the far side of Scarborough. You'll be late getting home, but you can do it.
Does that work for everybody?
Works
As
for
long
me.
as nobody kills anybody while we're out of town.
I might have to stop and get gas, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, here's $20.
Yeah, I
Oh,
give Corny a 20.
I give him a
Okay.
22.
So people put over a little bit of money. You drive out to the far end of Scarborough and you find the Billingsley construction yard. It's a large fenced-in area, and inside you can see, there's a few excavators, some large piles of gravel and things like that, and then there's a cluster of sort of trailers that you would use on a construction site, and they're sort of set up towards the back of the yard.
Quick question.
Yep,
A DM or GM or storyteller.
sure.
Where did we get this lead from? I can't remember where this lead came
The counselor told you that he didn't have the information about the subway that Jamila required, and he pointed her towards the Billingsley Construction Company, who had been contracted by the city to build the line.
from. Okay, thank you.
So the yard is surrounded by fence. There is a gate that looks to be closed, but not locked. Just closed. There's a couple of pickup trucks parked inside, and you can see that there's lights on in one of the trailers.
Maybe we
Towards
could
the
kill
back.
two birds with one stone here.
We're killing something?
Well, I mean, maybe we see what we can find here, and maybe there's somebody here we can take.
All right.
I'll kind of park
This
the
is
car.
this is sort of an industrial part of town. The there's a train yard just sort of behind the construction site, and then you're on sort of a service road that runs down the front of it, and then there's additional, there's maybe a trucking company next door, and some sort of other large industrial storage facility beside that, to either like a storage facility on one side and sort of a trucking company to the other. And Billingsley Construction, it has a big sign, and it's like Scarborough Yard, and yeah, there's a sign. You can see a sign just inside the gate, like so many days without an accident, for their safety record.
I think maybe we.
And there's 3 pickup trucks parked inside, and there is a trailer with lights on it inside.
Maybe we could snoop around in some of these trailers and see if we can find any related files or anything to that project.
Yeah. Should probably keep the one with the light on kind of distracted.
Watch out for cameras. Construction companies often have them.
Mhm.
At least down here in the
Mhm.
States they do. I don't know about up there, but
Oh, for sure.
No, we don't even lock our doors.
You would anticipate that there could be a camera surveillance on the yard, absolutely, because they would be protecting their investment here, right? And there's a number of excavators parked here, as well as there's a couple gravel piles from leftover from jobs and things like that.
I'll keep the one distracted if y'all want to go check out the other ones.
You want to? You said there's 3, and 2 of them don't have lights on.
There's 3 pickup trucks. There's about a half a dozen trailers.
Oh, okay.
These would be taken to construction sites and used as sort of the on-site office, right?
Okay.
But one of them
Yep.
looks more permanent, that it's kept here. It probably has electric hydro lines running to it, and the lights are on in that one.
Well, how about we go up to the one with the lights on, knock on the door. They open the door, knock them out, and we root around.
All right.
Oh, I thought that was going to take some convincing, but okay, let's do it.
Mhm. So
Why
do
would
you
it take
park the
convincing?
car? Do you park the car on the street and then walk over to the gate, or how are we doing this?
Yeah, I'm not going to drive the car in.
Okay.
I'd like to look around to see if I can see where the cameras are. If there's any cameras on the yard before we walk
All
right
right.
up to the gate.
There looks. Give me a awareness wits check.
Anybody else want to look?
Yeah, anyone's welcome to make this check.
I'm actually pretty good at this. Yes.
Awareness wits.
1 or 2.
I got 3 of 2.
Mine hasn't gone through yet for some reason.
Okay,
I'm not gonna try because I've been rolling like shit.
I
Allie,
have a messy critical.
Allie, it doesn't really apply here. I'm not going to worry about that. Allie and Cornelius, the 2 of you spot one camera attached to the outside of the one and only trailer with a light on.
Does it have an external wire that's running along the side of the building?
From this distance, you're not sure. Like you're out on the street right now, and it's towards the back of the yard. You can make out the camera from this distance, but you're not sure about how it's wired.
If you're worried about it, I'm really fast. I could go around the side. Turn the camera off.
Probably a good idea.
Not that he's had a lot of luck with dice, but Cisco also has obfuscate.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
So do I, sort of.
Oh, do you have it? Sort of.
Do you want me
Yeah,
to
because
pass it on?
I can do the one where as long as I don't move, they can't see me.
Do you have fleetness though? Is that what your polarity? Do you have the level 2 fleetness
I have Cat's Grace and Rapid Reflexes.
and rapid reflexes? Okay.
Yeah.
I have unseen passage, so I can do that. I can sneak in anywhere. want me to do that?
Do it.
Doing it. Okay, I'm rolling.
I don't know that you have to. Hold on one sec. Let's double check your obfuscate. So, unseen passage does require a rouse check. So go ahead and give me that rouse check.
Oh, goody. I can't wait. That's what I was hoping for all night.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're more hungry now.
Goody.
There's that little voice in the back of your head, like
All right, so I'm going in.
reminding you, we don't have any bags at home to eat.
Yeah.
You're going to have to find something fresher than that, Cisco.
So as I pass without trace.
Yeah, so you as long as you don't sort of bump into anything or make any loud noises, you will go unseen.
What am I looking
Okay.
for again? Just so I can grab it exactly?
You want to turn the camera off or
Yeah, I'll go
unplug it
in.
or something.
Perfect. I'll go in and my goal is to go in and find the camera and put it on a 10-minute loop of what it already seen, keep replaying the same 10 minutes. So no one will know that we're there.
If there's somebody inside, they're gonna notice. That's why I said just unplug the stupid thing.
Well, you get up beside the. First of all, you get up beside. How do you go in? Are you going over the top of the fence then?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through the front door since I'm past without trace. Like I'm just gonna go through the front gate of or just kind of squeeze in and squeeze under.
So you take a look around and find somewhere to squeeze under the fence.
And I do it.
Is Cisco wearing his suit as usual?
Yeah. Well, I'm not wearing a suit, but I got my shirt and tie and bomber jacket, and
Okay.
I'm dressed down as much as Cisco can dress down.
All right.
So just picture
All right.
this preppy guy that's like, it's not just a jean jacket, it's like, a little horseman jacket.
All right.
We
That's
It's
really
fair.
nice.
need to just
It's
get him
it's
some
desert
regular
boots.
t-shirts.
Can Cisco give me a stealth
And some
dexterity
jeans.
roll, please?
No, he can't. That's against his religion.
Stealth,
It's
which is the first row of skills, and then dexterity, which is also your first row of attributes.
Stealth and dexterity. And submit.
So listen, guys.
Wow, I nailed it.
You watch as Cisco slides under the fence, and as his obfuscate power kicks in, it's difficult for even you guys to track him, his movement.
So he's
gets
not
over-
useless.
He's not useless.
And as I'm going by, I give Allie the finger.
She
What
doesn't
did I
even see it.
do?
She doesn't even see it.
Other than
Uh,
Sorry, Lacey. Sorry, Lacey the finger. Sorry.
So listen, you get up beside the. You don't think the camera has caught you. You can see that the camera is pointed not actually on the yard,
Yeah.
but on the front, sort of towards the front door of the trailer.
It's pointed towards the front door of the trailer.
It's like
Alright.
watching, like it's sort of pointed in that direction, that it would catch someone coming up to the trailer, but it would not catch anyone coming in through the gate or anything like that.
Okay, I'm
And-
gonna do it.
You can also hear voices inside. There's more than one person in there.
I'm gonna go around the back of the trailer, see if there's a way in or a window that I can maybe crawl through.
Yeah, there are a couple windows. However, all of them are closed, and when you get around the back, there is an old beat up air conditioner running full tilt.
There's no way for me to get. I have to come in through the front door, then, right?
You're thinking so, yeah. And if you open the door, anyone in there will know you're there, because that would break your unseen. Now, if someone else opened the door, you could slip in unseen, but yeah.
I'm just gonna stand at the side of the I'm assuming there's kind of like the 3 stairs to get up to the top of the trailer. I'm gonna
Exactly.
Stand beside him, pick up a stone, and I am going to hurl
So
it. Is
if
there
you
anything
move
I
to
can?
those steps, you will be on camera. You're hoping that you go unseen. Because
Okay, let me just get off to the side then, because my whole thing is I want to make a noise out here for them to come out and have a look at it. So I'm picking up a stone. Is there anything I can
Okay.
like throw that'll break
Yeah, absolutely.
something to make
There's
them...
lots of stuff around. Now, where is everybody else right now? You guys are still outside the gate by the car?
Do they have a car that if I
Are you
throw-
guys in the car, or like paint this picture for me? What's going on?
Shotgun, windows rolled down. I've got a lit cigarette between my fingers, but I'm not smoking it because blush of life and whatever.
Yep.
And I'm just watching the yard.
And is Clementine Alley in the back seat, or is Alley squished in the front?
I'm assuming I'm in the back.
Okay. What are you two doing in the back then, Clementine and Alley?
Keeping watch.
While we're sitting here, since we're in a new place, can I use the sight of the unseen again? Or sense the unseen?
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead and what was that check again? It was just had it here.
I think it was wits plus.
No, I think it's resolve plus aspects.
Yeah, which didn't work, so I just added my 2 aspects.
Yeah, so resolve plus 2. So you go ahead and roll that. What's Cornelius doing?
I thought we were gonna. I had gone upstairs when Alan was doing stuff, so I wasn't sure what happened. But I thought
Well,
we
you
were
can see that Alan snuck all the way to the trailer, and he's about to throw a rock to see if he can get people to come out of the trailer.
Should we get up there in case we gotta knock him out?
Nah. Let the narc, do his thing.
So I saw the camera. I know where it is, right? I'm gonna get out of the car, and I'm just gonna get onto the yard, and I kind of want to hide behind. I just so I'm a little closer in case something happens. But I'm
So
not.
are you going to open the gate to the yard and slip in?
He already opened it, didn't he?
No, he found a place to
No.
go under the fence.
Well, I couldn't really see him. I'll just get out of the car and see if I can just kind of get out of sight, just so I'm a little bit closer. But I'm not gonna go in yet.
So you're not in the yard, but you're out of the car.
Yeah.
Okay. Alan, you throw a rock. By the way, Clementine, did that? I don't see that roll here yet.
It was 0-2.
0-2? Okay. So you don't see anything unusual with your heightened senses. Alan, you throw a rock and it clatters off the side of one of the trailers. The talking inside the trailer goes quiet and the door opens almost immediately. Two guys come out onto the little landing in front of the door. Both of them have a shotgun. And they seem nervous.
Good. I'm waiting for the second they come down the stairs. I'm going to go up inside.
And this is the end of Cisco.
Oh, it's not. I have a 9. I'll be fine.
That's what you said last time. We're going.
I'll be fine.
Okay.
So yeah, you can slip into the trailer.
I'm going to go right inside the trailer, pull out my 9mm, and just in case there's some dudes with crosses, as I do the.
Nope. The two guys that stepped down off, they look like pretty average guys. They're wearing blue jeans. Maybe one has like an old school Def Leppard concert t-shirt on, and the other guy is like just wearing a black collared shirt. They both have a shotgun though. They step down off, and as they do that, you sort of step in behind them.
Yeah.
So I am going to have you, as you make your way up the steps of the trailer and in, I do want you to roll a stealth dexterity check again to make sure you don't make any sounds.
Sure, I could do that.
Would you like to call upon the power of your blood to do that, to get an extra 2 dice on the roll?
Ooh. Oh, no, because I'm dangerously close to going full vampire on somebody. So I'll dexterity, submit. Well, I made it.
Inside are another 2 guys. They're one's sitting in sort of not a very comfortable looking chair, but a chair. And he has a revolver in his hand. There's another guy standing up, sort of looking out the window as you slip into the room unseen and sort of move to a corner. And then there's a guy behind the desk, and the guy behind the desk looks like he has a newly casted hand like arm.
A newly casted arm.
Like the cast looks very new and clean. It's got sort of a blue fiberglass wrap around it. So he's broken his arm very recently.
Okay.
He looks horribly shaken, and he's watching the door as these guys go out. And you can tell that they've been shredding things. Like the paper shredder is out, and there are paper shreddings all over the floor, and a big stack of papers still on the desk. You guys that are outside, you see 2 men leave the trailer. You can tell that they're brandishing shotguns. They look around, and they move over to check out the other trailers. You notice that as they move in amongst the trailers, they're looking up towards the top of them. They're looking underneath them, and they're doing a pretty thorough search of these trailers. Cisco, once you're inside, the one guy goes, I don't think they'd come back already, Herb. I think you're okay. He's like, no, you didn't see them. You didn't see them. That they could be here again. Maybe they've come back for more. I mean, they haven't even come through on their end yet.
Can I get behind Herb, the guy with the broken arm?
Yeah.
I want to get behind Herb.
I'm
behind
going to tell you this before you try anything. Everyone in this trailer looks incredibly on edge.
Do I see any crosses on these guys like they might be like from that?
No, nothing like that.
Okay, good. That's what I'm hoping for.
Both of the guys, though, that are not Herb, do have guns.
Good. I want to get directly behind Herb. With my 9, I'm going to put it behind Herb's head. I know that I'm going to become visible now when I kind of touch him. I'm just going to put a hand on Herb, put the gun to Herb's head, and go, we need to talk, Herb.
Jesus Christ, Alan.
I want to die. Herb. So that's probably what's making them all on edge. I'm going to crouch down behind Herb, so it's not like I'm a target. They got to shoot Herb first.
Okay, so you're making sure to put Herb in the line of fire.
Yeah, and I got the gun right at Herb's head, so he knows if anything happens, he's gone.
So what happens next is Herb goes incredibly still. His 2 friends turn on you with their guns. And one of them yells, "It's back! It's in here!" And you guys, your friends see the 2 guys, you hear that, and the 2 guys run back to the...
Well,
the
Cisco's
trailer.
dead.
Oh, no, Cisco's fine. Herb's got, I'm going to put the gun and go, Herb, we need to have a chat.
Somebody turn off the car so we don't waste any gas.
He says, look, I don't...
It's okay, Herb. It's okay. I'm just
No,
here
no.
to talk, Herb. I'm
Yeah.
just here to talk.
Yeah. That's what Boris said last time.
Yeah,
and
I
the
know
guy
that's
with
what
the
Boris-
Dr. Zeus head, the guy with
Yeah.
the Dr. Zeus hat, damn near
Yeah,
near
I
tore
know.
my arm off.
I know. You heard that old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
You said to shred the paper,
No,
and,
no.
and my son and wife would be okay, and I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
No, dude. I'm here to get your wife and kid out. We've got friends. That's why I'm here to talk to you. I want all the paper they wanted you to shred. I need it. And I have some friends outside. They're going to help you. I just wanted to show you that I could get in.
The guys with the guns on you in the trailer, they're like, I don't think you should trust him.
Guys, put the guns down. If I wanted him dead, he'd be dead already. I got past all of you without a problem. I've got a 9 to his ear.
The one
I
guy
wanted
goes,
to
yeah,
shoot him.
and if we don't shred what that guy named Boris told us to shred, we don't need our families disappearing. Thank you very much.
Your families aren't going anywhere. I've got some friends outside that are even more powerful than I am.
Let's go to
They're
our
gonna-
friends outside.
Yeah.
You guys can now see that the door is open. There's shadows moving around a little bit, but there is one guy in the doorway with a shotgun pointed into the trailer.
Do we rescue him again?
Okay, I'll start sauntering over towards the trailer.
Okay, so you're gonna pull the gate open.
Sure, why not?
Okay, so we have Cornelius pulling the gate open and going through the yard. What are our 3 in the car doing?
I'm following Corny.
Okay.
Stay
I go
here.
with Lacey.
Stay here.
You can't tell me what to do.
I absolutely fucking can. Stay here.
No, you can't make me.
I absolutely can make you.
You can't. Actually.
I can, actually.
I follow the
Better.
old
I'm
man.
faster than you.
Okay,
I'm
Clementine
stronger
slips
than
out,
you.
crosses the street.
I also made you.
Been longer than a year. I won't answer to you anymore.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it's
You
impossible.
dare? That's fucked up.
As our two others enter the gate and start coming in, the guy in the doorway looks out, and he's like, "Oh shit, there's more." And then
That's where I go, hey, guys, relax. It's like I said, they're my friends.
As
Boris
he goes,
is-
"Oh shit, there's more." And you're like, "Relax, they're my friends." And then one of the other guys like, "Has he got that crazy fucking hat? Is it that one?"
No.
And they're like, "No, it's not that one. It's not that one."
Guys, relax. We're after Boris. We need these papers. Just relax. Everybody,
If we don't shred
calm
these
down.
papers, Boris will
Dude.
kill my family.
Dude, we're gonna save your family. Dude, I got past all of you without a problem. My friends are even more powerful than I am.
Clementine, you
They're
and
coming now. No one's
Cornelius
using
can
any
sort
triggers.
of hear this talk going
And
on
I'm using
inside.
a very calm voice. I'm going, guys, listen.
I love that he's saying his friends are more
We've established
powerful, and it's like
that
a
I could get in here.
and a golf.
I said, does everyone agree that I could have killed
Cisco,
him without any issues?
I would like you to give me a persuasion manipulation. Actually, persuasion composure to see if you can keep the situation calm, because these guys are ready to go off.
Yeah, persuasion, and what do I need with persuasion?
Composure, please.
Composure. Submit. Come on, don't fail this. I got one of 2 successes. Shit.
So if you would like, you can spend a willpower and
Yeah,
re-roll one of those dice. So put another slash through one of those and click the willpower re-roll. Okay, you got another success.
Guys, I just need you all to calm down. Stay calm. Put the guns down.
Lacey and Allie, you now realize that you two, as you argue back and forth, everyone else is now over in the yard.
See what happens when you just don't do what I tell you?
Oh, before they get killed.
Said, like I said,
Bolt into the yard and head for the trailer.
Just need the papers, buddy. Just need to talk to you. We just need to know about Boris. We're after him too. Just relax. Everyone, I kind of give like, I always look at like, put your guns down. You've got 5 guns. So you got 4 guns, shotguns. All I got's a pistol. You guys put your guns down. I'll put my guns down. We all agreed that if I wanted to kill him, I could have done it before even you guys knew what was going on. Everybody relax. We just want to have a chat. Everything's fine.
Would anyone else like to try to take control of the situation?
I think he's killing it.
Put the guns down. Everybody relax. I think I got something for this.
Look, I know the guy you're talking about, and he said that your family will be fine. Just give us what we need, and I'll make sure it's all taken care of. Your family, your kids will all be peachy keen.
Are we empowering awe?
I am.
Sure.
Well, so let's roll manipulation plus however many dots you have in presence, Clementine. As the spooky goth painter voice reaches everyone.
Wait, which guy are we talking about?
All of the mortals.
No, that's what Lacey asks after Clementine talks.
Oh, okay. Would you like to burn a willpower to get more successes?
Sure.
Okay, so on your sheet there should be a willpower reroll button. It will more than likely mark off the willpower as well when you click it. It'll be right beside your health. There you go. Okay, you got another success. So they look at you and you know Boris?
Yeah, I know him from around town, and I talked to him before coming here, and he said that he will 100% just lay off your family as long as you help us.
And the man in the hat?
Oh, definitely the man in the hat. He won't come around here again.
Oh, well, do you know what changed his mind?
Well, he owed me a favor, and I just said, you know what, we'll call it flat all around as long as you can help me out. And he said, yeah, sure.
And my son and my wife will be able to come home?
Definitely. He will definitely return them to you end of today.
The man behind the desk with the broken arm begins to cry. And then he
I have
reaches
that
over.
effect, yes.
He reaches over to the paper that he was shredding, and he just sort of hands them maybe to Cisco. Cisco's closest, so he just sort of. And the other guys have lowered their guns now.
Did Lacey tell Allie that's her sire? No.
So, Cisco, you have a whole bunch of paperwork, a lot of it blueprints, and just a quick glance, it has a lot to do with subways.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, look, guys, well, being really calm. What were these blueprints for? What were you gonna build in the subway?
We're just building the subway, man.
And Boris wants you to stop building it, right? What did Boris tell you? Why? I know Boris wants these shredded. Why does he want them shredded?
Because we told that girl about. We gave the girl the blueprints.
Okay, so I show a picture of the girl that we're looking for, like in my from my phone. Is this the girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She
No.
came around and she asked really nice for the blueprints, and I didn't see no harm in it.
Okay. What were you gonna build in the subway? And I ask it, and I show the blueprint. I show a picture of the blueprint that I took from her desk.
Yeah. The blueprint on our desk is just the general layout. It's not the actual stations.
Yeah, I show this. What were you guys gonna build there? Do you have the blue?
He motions for you to give him the papers back.
Yeah, I give him the papers back.
He flips through a couple of them, and he puts a copy of the station that you guys investigated. Not the first one, the second one.
Okay. Is there anything different on the blueprints when I take a look at it? Like different, I'm looking for extra rooms, places that someone want to highlight if they're making a crypt or a secret place.
Let me see here.
Anyway, I take a picture of it.
You can give me investigation, intelligence.
Which one? Where's investigation?
Investigation down the far right side of the character sheet.
Far right side.
And intelligence is also on the. Well, it'll.
Oh, good. Okay, investigation and intelligence. Good.
I'm keeping an eye out, like on the road that sort of goes around the.
Okay.
So I got 4 of 2.
What are you watching? What are you watching for, Allie? What's your
cars or anybody that looks maybe like they're paying too much attention to what's going on here, or like cars that I see more than once.
Okay.
Any of that kind of stuff.
All right. Cisco, there's a sub-level to the station.
Perfect. Take pictures of it.
It's marked as being electrical and additional backup sewage systems or something. Like it sort of implies that the station is too close to a main sewer line or something. But everything else looks in place except for these two.
Okay. So
And
what-
their access, like the doorway that's on the map, you don't recall that doorway being there at the station. But there's a secondary entrance through a drainage. The drainage, the emergency drainage for the tracks. There looks like there's a tunnel that would lead down into these rooms as well.
Okay. So I play that. Why is I point to that? I go, is this normal on all sites, or is this special build?
He looks at you and he's like, "This is normal for all of the Scarborough line sites."
Okay. So what? So, okay, I take a picture of that. So what? Why would Boris be angry about this one, and why would she want to see this one?
The girl
Any-
came here and
Just asked.
I really shouldn't have shown her those maps, but she
I
just
understand.
asked.
I
She asked so
understand.
nicely, and you get the implication that maybe Jamila
Yeah,
dominated.
I know
or
what you did.
presence or
I
something.
just, I totally understand. I'd have done it too, not in any trouble.
So I let her see them, and she took a copy of them, and then a few days later, that's
When the man with the hat showed up. Yeah.
yeah, and he again begins to tear up.
Okay. So
When did
gently-
you give them to her?
Oh, it's about a week back, maybe just less than a week. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was then.
Show me everything that you gave to her or showed her that she didn't take with hers. And then
But
you can shred everything.
Just this.
All right,
just
so I take a
this.
couple of pictures on my phone. Okay. You keep shredding everything as if we were not here. Okay. Just one last question. I need you to
And
be honest with me.
When will I get to see my son and wife?
We're going to go take care of that. Just keep doing what you were told. We'll take care of it. I got one last question. And I'm gently touching his arm just so he knows he's safe. I need you to be honest with me. You'll know. I said, don't lie. You can tell we're not cops. We're not part of that group. How did you get the contract to build these? Did you get it fairly? Did you pay somebody off? Or did somebody pay you to take the contracts? Don't lie to me. Just don't worry. There's no cops here. There's no wires.
I'm not a part of the bidding process. I mean,
Okay.
I'm just head of the yard.
You're just head of the yard, and nothing else funny was going on with that build until the build suddenly stopped.
Well, no,
Or any-
like the funding never came through for the subway,
Okay.
and the city stopped. The city put an end to the build.
Perfect. Okay. So it's just a regular build as far as you're concerned. You thought everything was legit until the man with the hat showed up, and now you're shredding. Perfect. You guys keep doing what you're doing.
Well,
We're gonna-
it's like two guys, right? There's Boris.
And the man
He
with
sort
the
of runs things around here, and then the man in the hat.
man in the hat.
And
He's
you
like
don't-
the enforcer,
you don't
right?
you don't want to
Yeah.
you want
Okay.
to be around if the man
It's
in the
okay.
hat comes.
You do everything that they told you to do. Pretend that we were never here. We're gonna go see if we can take care of your family.
Well, you're gonna make sure. Yeah, my family.
Yeah, for sure. Just do what
And
were
you can
told.
tell that he sort of looks between you and Clementine constantly, and her awe is sort of keeping him
Yeah.
relatively.
Okay. We're gonna go now. Put everyone with their guns and put my.
How do you reach Boris?
Good question. How do you reach Boris?
My
No, you're a vampire.
I contact the VP.
The VP. Who's the VP and what's his phone number? What's his name and his phone number?
William Billingsley.
William Billingsley.
And then it, sometimes Boris just shows up, like he does spot inspections and things
Yes,
like
okay. Okay, we're gonna be gone. We're gonna be gone. So William Billingsley, phone number. What's his address? Put it all here on my phone.
that. He doesn't have an address.
Give me the phone number. That's all I need.
He gives you the phone number that he uses to contact William Billingsley.
All right. Okay, we're gonna go. Keep doing what you're doing. We're gonna pretend that we weren't here. We're gonna make sure we can take care of your family. Okay, get them safe. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your
as
name?
long as-
We're gonna put your name and your phone number in this so I can call you, let you know we've got it done. They're safe.
Okay.
Come do that.
So his name is Herb Sherman, and he puts his phone number.
Herb
down.
Sherman.
And now that they're
Okay.
done talking, are we gonna burn these guys alive in the trailer?
No. I hope you didn't say that out loud.
Just lock the door.
All right, we're gonna
No.
go.
Gasoline.
I
in.
think you should
So you guys step
And
out
I-
of the trailer.
step out of the trailer and on. Very.
We should probably smash this video.
Yep. Everybody calm. Everybody calm. Let's go. We'll go save your families. We'll let Herb know the second that they're free.
What? Now we're saving people's families?
Just go to the car.
Does it look like I can reach that camera with like a shovel or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I'm gonna just knock it the fuck down.
Okay.
Before you do that, I just kind of make eye contact with it and wave and head to the car.
Okay.
Okay. Go to the car.
What the fuck just happened?
I told you I'd make it work.
Jesus.
Did I see anything while I was keeping watch?
No.
Okay.
This area.
And now
is
I'm doing that.
very
What's that
quiet.
one from IKEA? Start the car! Start the car! Start the car!
So you get back to the.
Yeah.
We'd better get moving home for the night. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's getting late, isn't it?
Yeah, we better get back. Just drop me off at some flea bag hotel, like some little cheap ass Motorola.
Okay.
So I can stay low, keep a low profile.
Is it in Scarborough?
Yeah.
You're gonna stay in Scarborough?
No, I probably want to get back. Oh yeah, I'll stay in Scarborough. What the hell?
Okay.
Someplace they can pick me up.
Okay.
I'm gonna eating, dude.
So you drop Cisco off at a place, and then everybody heads back to their havens. You get
You know, one of those hotels like the Queen's or the Royal
yeah,
or
everybody gets back to
like
where they need.
King's Inn.
Everybody gets back to where they need to before the sun comes up. Everybody's been dropped off, and Cornelius, you pull onto the street with Clementine. It's just the two of you. Everybody else has been safely taken to their havens, and there is a red Volkswagen parked right across from the door.
Distract her while I run inside.
Oh, I'll distract her, all right.
No, not that kind. She can't die.
All right, I let her out.
Okay.
Pretend to have a heart attack or something.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right, you're in the car now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and sneak to my place.
I'm gonna pull up beside the Volkswagen. Do I see anybody sitting inside?
So, are we dropping Clementine off down the street, and she's walking to her door?
Yeah.
And
No,
then you-
right
and then-
outside. You are not dropping me down the street. Right outside. Thank
Okay,
you.
so you pull up and drop Clementine off, and then look over to the car.
Yeah.
The windows are pretty fogged up. It looks pretty hot and steamy.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to the window and do the old.
Can you give me an awareness wits check?
Mm-hmm.
Nicely done.
5 successes.
Okay. Vampires aren't afraid of a whole lot because there's not a whole lot that can kill you. But you get maybe 4 steps from that car and you can smell burnt flesh.
Hmm.
And the windows are all fogged up. And you're not sure it's fog anymore. It looks like maybe the entire vehicle's filled with smoke.
Okay, I take out my pistol. I'm gonna whack the glass with the
Okay.
butt.
As you shatter the glass, a billow of smoke pours out, and you get a brief glimpse of a woman who is horribly burned sitting in the driver's seat. Her hands still on the steering wheel. The seat around her totally burnt and melted into her body. Her seatbelt still like hanging, but it's been burnt away.
Like, does it look like she got like car bombed?
You're not sure. The whole car stinks of sort of like bacon.
Is there like a sulfuric smell?
Yeah, there's maybe a little bit of that too.
Can I tell maybe with medicine? I know this person's obviously burned to death, but like how long ago this might have been?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a medicine intelligence. Clementine, as you're almost to your door, you can see that there's a manila envelope taped to it. And then you hear Cornelius smash out the window.
Okay, I'm gonna take the envelope and stuff it in a pocket, and then
It's big.
return.
It's big. It's like a file.
Well, I
I
guess
have
I'm
a-
gonna put it under my arm like a football, and then
Okay.
turn back and see what's happening.
All right.
I have a messy critical with 4 successes. Do I see like any accelerant or anything? Like, do I smell like fuel or anything like that?
No. There's a bit of a sulfur smell.
Well, we needed a body.
We're not giving. Oh,
You're not there. I just like start looking around to make sure that nobody's. I want to make sure I didn't draw too much attention by breaking the glass. I know you're kind of in like a more of a secluded sort of area, but I just want to make sure nobody's watching me.
Okay, give me a wits perception. Awareness wits, sorry. Awareness wits. Clementine can do that too, actually, if she wants. Awareness wits.
5 successes.
Oh, wow, dude. Oh, even Clementine got a couple successes. Clementine, you don't notice this at first. Cornelius notices it first, but there is a car parked down the way. It's a pretty good distance. It's maybe a block or two, but Cornelius, you just sort of catch the reflection, maybe from a street light, of something inside that vehicle. Like there's just a reflection for a moment.
Get in, girl!
And then what? Are you jumping in your car?
Yeah. I'm gonna get in. Fire up the 88.
Okay.
It's be a Dukes of Hazzards chase.
Clementine, what do you do?
How close have I gotten to this car scene?
I start laying on the horn.
His car. Cornelius parked the car very close to this other vehicle, so like you can now see you can just see the littlest bit of her faux hawk that has not burnt away, and it's definitely, her leather jacket has managed to withstand the flames, and you're sure that's Vera sitting in the front seat, and she is burnt horribly beyond recognition.
They froze in the best positions, by the way.
Yeah, they did.
We'll give them a second and see if their internet catches up.
That's fantastic.
I want to screenshot that.
Just Ryan's face.
Got it.
Anything weird happen at our houses?
No, so let's we have some time here to talk about that. So, you guys return to your haven. You take all the precautions you normally do. Cornelius doesn't drop you off right at the spot, as you mentioned before. And then you guys walk on foot. And you get back. All your security checks check out, Allie. This hasn't been disturbed yet.
I don't like how you said yet. You want to share with the rest of the class there, Lacey?
What do you mean?
You were just acting a little strange.
You're strange.
I mean, we are sisters. Can't help you if you don't tell me what's going on.
There's nothing to share. We're fine.
It's like the Cardassians, only with vampires.
Oh God, don't ever compare us to that mess.
Okay, so do you leave it at that, Allie, or do you?
I mean, I guess if she's not going to share, because I've learned one thing about my sister. No talking her around until she's ready, so.
Okay.
I
So
do probably need to figure something out about blood, though, because for one, I haven't eaten in 3 days, but I'm only at 1 health, or 1 hunger.
Yeah, you've managed to keep that at bay. That might be.
Do I have blood at the house still, or like, am I
Yes, you
getting
do.
out now? Okay.
You have a limited supply because your supplier is currently offline.
In jail, yes.
Mhm.
Okay. You hungry, Lace?
No, I'm okay. You take care of you, I can take care of me.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't have to be like this, you know.
Sure it does.
We don't have to go right back where we were.
Figured we were better than that.
I don't want to seem ungrateful for what you did. I am.
Okay. Good. Because fucking sucked.
Why did you do it?
Sister.
With that, I'm going to say that the sun comes up and the two of you finally are unable to resist the sleep any longer.
Just
Captain,
before I fall asleep.
Yep.
Once I kind of separate and go to our own rooms or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to text William Billingsley. Get Boris in touch with Lacey Crown. This is my number.
As you start typing that in, you can't help but drift back to that night when it all sort of went down. And Boris was there. But now you're vaguely remembering. There was a guy they called Zeus. Not like Zeus the god. Like Dr. Zeus.
Cat in the Hat.
He literally wore a red and white striped hat. And you remember that Boris took particular caution in keeping him away from the newly embraced. And he had sort of a strange laugh, almost like a cackle. It was unsettling. You haven't thought about that night a lot in the last little while, but the mention of a man in a hat, it's all kind of coming fresh in your mind again. Your text message goes out and there's no response. Let's quickly jump back across now that we have some internet connection. Clementine and Cornelius. Cornelius, you jump in the car and tell her to get in.
Sorry, I knocked my wig off. Pull.
Clementine, what do you do?
Do I see this mystery thing that he saw?
He didn't. You don't see the whatever reflection he noticed. You don't see that, but you do see the vehicle, and it's like I said, about 2 or 3 blocks down. It's a long ways down.
I can't just leave her here like this.
Throw her in the trunk. Let's get the fuck out of here. You want to get blamed for this? I'm assuming you're the only person that lives here. There's going to be people with questions.
I have neighbors.
Okay, well, I'm leaving. I got to get the car home.
What time is it right now?
You've got maybe a half an hour before the sun is up.
I got to pull out the couch. Let's go.
And you look down the street at that car. You look at Vera's body. You look at Cornelius telling you to get in. You have that envelope stuffed under your arm.
I throw the envelope in his car. Is there any way I can get her body out of that car?
Absolutely.
Okay, she's coming with us then.
Just to see how cleanly this goes, Clementine, can you give me a athletics strength check as you open the door and drag her burnt body that is literally stuck to the interior?
Is the rest of the car like burned, or just like literally just that seat?
Her in the seat.
Is this like something that I don't know as a player, but like, is this something that like can happen to, like, she wasn't a vampire, was she? I don't know her, so I don't know. No? Okay.
Well, you feel her pull apart as you lift her off. Her jacket keeps everything sort of intact. You maybe leave a couple of fingers on the steering wheel.
I pop the boot.
She comes out and you hold her. She's still warm. Now that you've got her out and she's in your arms and you sort of look down at her, Vera has 3 large holes in her chest. This looks to be where the fire came from, and she is burnt down to the bone there. You put her body into the trunk. A kid's soccer ball rolls down and touches her head. Are we closing the trunk?
I got my lawn darts back there too.
Okay, and the lawn darts are there.
Yeah, close the trunk lightly.
You close the trunk. As you do that, there's a squeal of tires and the other car begins to approach the two of you at very high speed.
Goose and girl!
Oh, I'm jumping in the back seat.
Okay, so you guys dive into the car, and I'm going to ask a drive wits, my man. Drive wits as this car begins to pull up on you, and you attempt to lose it.
Yeah, I'm going to add crack driver to this. I'll do the rouse check. So that's 6 successes, 9 dice rolled. And I succeeded my rouse check.
All right. All right.
I guess I technically should have done the rouse check first.
It takes a second to lose these guys. And as you pull into your neighborhood, a bit of sun enters the car. It hits one of your hands, Cornelius. And you feel a great deal of pain as your hand begins to smolder and burn.
I told you I had to get home.
Clementine, that driver's side of the big bench seat is a big sunlight beam, and it's slowly creeping across the back seat towards you.
It's a good thing I have that veil over my face.
I would like you both to make a willpower check not to lose your shit at this point.
How do you make a willpower? Oh, just hit the willpower button.
You're absolutely correct.
Is there a modifier?
No, there is not.
Can you make my roll for me? It still says I'm not connected and I log back in.
I will do that.
Thank you.
Here we go. You succeeded, Clementine. 2 successes. You pull around the corner, and it's just lucky that it's now coming in the back window of the car. You can see your garage at the end of the street. Clementine, you have ducked yourself and made yourself low in sort of the one back corner of the car. The sun coming in the back window. Cornelius, you feel a bit of a burning sensation on the back of your head. What are you going to do?
I hit the NOS.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to make a crazy. I'm just gonna floor it. Like I'm flying up this residential street, and I'm gonna. When I get to the driveway, I'm going in full tilt, and I'm going through the garage door.
Okay, drift into your driveway.
I'm gonna drift into the drive. Just get the car into the garage. I'm gonna break the garage door, but I don't want to.
So you're going right through the garage door.
I'm coming hot, baby.
Okay.
Literally.
I would also like Cornelius to take 2 aggravated damage.
Okay, that's like 2 full boxes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And the car slams into the darkness of the garage. The 2 of you hurry into the basement.
I think like the tennis ball that's hanging in the garage is like boop, boop, bouncing off the window.
And I think that's where we'll end for tonight.